Paul got a get well card from the Hampton Inn here today on Friday, January 9th, 2014. What's it look like on the front there, Paul? That was nice of him. Then inside he's got sort of the whole cast of characters. You got, let's see, you got Mark and
Mark Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall.
He was at the desk.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah. Enjoy the scooter.
James, he came out.
And get better pool there, Arturo. Yeah. Well, that's very nice.
I think this is Lee.
And it says, you know, you were missed. Well, it was very obvious you were missed by, you know, they were clearly very happy to see you yesterday. Yeah, you clearly have been very missed.
In a big plaster cast.
Well, they took that shit off.
Oh, did you have a plaster cast on?
No. Oh, he had a fiberglass splint that ran.
Oh, okay.
Down the back of my leg and stuff was all wrapped and got, I mean,
Oh,
big giant foot. That was over. And I had this.
Well, they gave you a boot, but then told you not to put any weight on it. I find that confusing.
Well,
I bought the boot.
he can stand. He can stand on.
Oh, you're paying for you're paying for all. Someone's paying.
He's
for all
allowed to stand on and say, you know. And I love the example. If you want to do dishes or something.
As long as you're putting your weight on your other leg.
Well, primarily, yeah. And then, of course, he uses crutches. He's got his old trolley over there, and then.
Well, shit. Well, get your ass back to work, man. I'm just kidding.
And the guy said maybe in about 3 weeks he might be able to actually do a little weight bearing.
Yeah.
You know, not like walking around the house, but.
Right. And not like working.
No. He's you know easily 6 weeks.
Oh,
and
man.
Because I told him this goes, I told Brian this goes back February 11th.
Is that like a rental?
Yeah.
It's like a rental.
And I ain't paying the full rental.
It's a rental trolley.
It's a rental
It's
trolley.
like 25 a week. Is it 25 a week? Yeah, 100 bucks.
Think of all the messed up freaking people that have had that thing before you, man. I mean, you don't even know.
This looks pretty brand new.
So they call them that's the thing. They call them a rental.
Yeah.
But you always seem to get a brand new one.
Well, anyway.
There's this after. Are we live right now?
Yeah.
Are we recording?
There's
So
a place over in Kale.
What's up, YouTubers? 2-1 SA.
I have to take it back. I don't take it back to the hospital.
hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here with Thomas and Paul on the other side of the camera.
And I pull stealth.
On January 11th at 15:45 in the afternoon Eastern time.
Did I already say the dick cam thing on camera?
No.
Were you recording? Okay.
No, but Thomas actually calls the iPole
Don't
stealth.
say this.
He calls it a dick cam
Don't
because
put that up on the internet, man.
because there's a tendency sometimes to drop down and see people's.
No, it's
Dick.
no. That's not why we call it that.
Oh, why? Why do you?
Because you're holding it from dick height.
Oh,
When
well,
you walk around, it looks like your arm. When you see this portion of your arm,
Well,
it cuts off here, but it looks like you're
I am-
grabbing your junk.
So that's why you're calling it a dick
Well,
Dick
cam.
cam, because
it's
it's like
not-
you're walking around holding the camera from an angle.
It's not right down on my junk, but
Well,
it is
of course
slightly
not.
above
Of course
my
it's
junk.
not.
Well, the handle. Oh, so you're talking about the origin of
Yeah,
the
like
handle.
so it's
not,
like you're walking around with your
not where it's aimed.
right. So like if you were filming yourself with your member in your hand, That's what it would look like. It's like you're walking around grabbing your member because the way the angle of the arm is suggestive of.
That doesn't narrow it down too much among, pretty 80% of the guys out there anyway. I mean, you walk around with their hand on their member.
Not
in their pocket.
Not obviously.
Well, no, I mean, you don't do it obviously.
YouTubers, listen. For you European folks, you're a lot more subtle about it. American guys just grab their junk all the time. But I've never been, in my experience, I've never seen one of these. You never see some British guy just grabbing his package.
I know
They're much more subtle about it.
I haven't been over there for 20 years.
Well, let's keep going.
Maybe they do that.
No, it's like 18 years.
No, 1995. Well, you've been over there after I was over there with you.
Yeah, but I was 21 when you took me over there, so that's 19 years at most.
Well, 1995 was when I was in August and September, and so 19 and a half years. 19 and a third year.
Let's not split hairs here.
Well, I mean, you seem to be wanting to be precise.
Well, I like precision.
Well, I mean, there's times it's called for.
Okay. I'm never going to get a job. If I ever switch fields, I'm never going to get a job because they're going to find these YouTube videos.
Why?
And they're going to find me talking about dick cam, and then I'm not going to get hired.
Well, I can't see why that would preclude you being hired.
It's possible.
Well, I think it's possible.
Then again, I wouldn't want to work for somebody who didn't appreciate the humor in dick cam.
Well, there you are.
There you go.
There you are. I mean, there are few things as bad as people who don't have a sense of humor. Lord knows there's tons of them out there.
It's true. We were making this video for a reason.
Well, we were just yakking a bit.
Oh, no. The Budweiser.
Oh, well,
beer. Yes.
well, you might notice, guys, that this beer that we're drinking is fairly light. Show them that it's a very light colored beer. Yeah, and in theory, that's an ale. And it's got show them the product name there.
This is called the Lagunitas Daytime Fractional IPA. It's an ale designed to be a session beer.
I'd take that under advisement, calling that an ale.
Well, I mean, it's made with ale yeast, therefore
Okay.
it's an ale.
All right, I understand, but I'm just,
4.65% alcohol by volume, an original gravity of a 10.42. Now, this tastes like basically hoppy yellow water. Now, Lagunitas normally does a good product.
Yeah, no, I've had other Lagunitas beers.
A great product.
That are quite good.
But this is not
one of them.
Not one of them.
One, they look like ales and they taste like ales.
This tastes like hoppy water.
This tastes like high grade Budweiser.
Very high grade Budweiser.
Well, I don't know if I'd include the modifier very.
Okay. Tremendously?
Well, I mean, basically anything, almost anything other than like Bud Light and Miller Lite are better than Budweiser. Budweiser is drinkable under certain circumstances. It's kind of a good emergency bailout bill when you're stuck with friends' horrible wife. And you have to render yourself insensate.
Wow.
Well, sometimes that happens.
So
shit does happen, Tom.
Here's where this is what brought us to this point, which is that if you're in a situation where you find yourself drinking room temperature Budweiser, and that's not your biggest concern. I mean, that's not your biggest concern, right? I mean, that was the point.
I don't know.
Like, if you find yourself drinking room temperature Budweiser, this is where you've come to.
I've been bars in the South where it's room temperature, and I've been having quite a great deal of fun in drinking room temperature Budweiser.
Yeah, but the point you just made was that if you're in a point where you're drinking room temperature Budweiser and that's okay with you, there are some other issues that you probably have to be dealing with.
Well, or plans that you're trying to make.
Sure.
And that sort of stuff.
Like we've all done it. I've drunk.
Oh, yeah,
I've
sure.
had Budweiser on numerous occasions.
Pardon me for clawing at my eye like a weasel here, guys.
Still got some over here. I'd love to know what the expiration date is on it.
What?
Budweiser down in that.
Oh, there's no Budweiser in that.
Drink up, Paul. I wouldn't get out of
Oh,
that.
it's Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No, that's the NA though. That's not real Milwaukee.
It just says old Milwaukee.
Yeah, but you know he's been thinking about
yeah.
this.
I was just trying to figure out how old that shit is in that box.
I know,
I
and
mean,
you were like, because you were eyeballing it.
Decades.
Because you were
I
eyeballing
can tell you,
it,
it's-
and you're thinking, shit, man,
It's-
maybe I could go and drink one of those.
It's almost 2 decades old.
I mean, it was over here with
That's
a bunch
exactly
of
what's
others.
going on. I've done it. We've
And
all
they all
done it.
started popping over the shit. And I
So,
just
like-
went,
what did they say?
"Nah,
Beer left in
like-
that can?
awful.
Yeah,
Right.
Remember that
You're
line
like,
from
you're
River's
like,
Edge?
yeah, and you're like,
Or Dennis Hopper's
Oh, I've
line
been
there.
there.
He just had his leg, cut off. And
Yeah.
He says, "There's my leg." And there's that beer can. He says, "I wonder if there's any beer left in that can."
Yeah, it was all the way across from
I've been there.
Robbie. That was a great movie.
yeah, we've all done the late night, you know, where you're like, what are you willing to compromise to get some alcohol? And then, like, everybody has their line, you know. Like, you go rooting through your cabinet and you're like, shit.
Well, you know,
Well, it's either nothing or I drink this Rumpelmints. And you're like, no, I'm not drinking Rumpelmints. I'm going to bed.
At the C&G, I was such a regular, and it was such a sort of a small place. You know, when people would leave pitcher, like a half a pitcher or
Yeah.
a quarter of a pitcher, the woman that owned it, she and her husband owned it, and they liked me, so she'd just simply bring over the unused portion of the pitchers and put it on my table.
Jeez, Dad. I don't know if I'd share that with people, but that's awesome. Good for you.
Well, and good for them. I was very sad when they finally decided to just retire and sell everything. That was a very sad moment. I spent many a happy hour down there at C&G.
Was
On
it
South-
like
South High-
C? Was it like C ampersand?
C ampersand G. Yes. I don't know. Maybe it was. No, it was. I think it was. Well, no, it was C and G. It was words.
Let's try that.
What? C and G?
Well, I mean, just to see what the interwebs has. I mean, you never know.
They've been closed.
Well, yeah, but you never know one of these weird historian types.
University.
It was, but I got closed. When they started to ultra yuppie-fy the South High Street area.
Dad, they've been closed long before that.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. No.
I bet if I did a deep.
That's the one where you had to go down the vertical ladder to the can.
I remember that place. Hey,
I bet if I did a deep interweb search, we might be able to find something on the Googles about the CNG. If you could give me an address, I bet you I could figure it out.
Well, it was between 11th Avenue and 10th Avenue on the west side of High Street.
That was these.
No, it was on the west side.
Well, YouTubers, I'm not going to waste our time now.
Yes.
But we'll see what we can find out.
Yes, we tend to be calmed and trivia sometimes.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
I was going to give a treatise on the... No. I
What?
won't go there. Well, I just... the origin of the word trivia is interesting because it was... Yeah, it's pointless.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bore you, YouTubers. But I had learned it recently in doing research.
Is it a Greek root?
No, it's literally now I can't remember now because there's
it's
like
either one of the two.
yeah, there's these three roads that converge in
Oh,
Rome.
so it would be a
And
Latin.
like it was a Latin root. It was like trivia,
trivia. Oh, sure.
And then which is the origin of the word trivia, meaning where all things converge. But yeah.
That's almost the opposite of how because basically it's where all things explode off into irrelevance.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, it's another way to look at it.
I got a cough. Wait a minute. Well, Roseanne gave a great sermon today on the first Sunday after Epiphany, which is the baptism of our Lord Jesus Christ. And she was talking about how baptism is in effect very much like the scenes in the Gospels well, certainly in Mark, where the heavens are opened and, just where you have the divine, the heavenly and the earthly, directly interacting. And she says that's what happens in baptism. And I thought that was a very nice take.
Baptism is like my favorite sacrament.
Well, I really do like community baptism. But we didn't have any baptisms today. Typically, we've often had a couple, on the sort of the 4 days, Christmas, this day, Easter, and All Saints.
Yeah. I dig on baptism. Baptism's great.
Sometimes Pentecost, actually, too.
We were just talking about baptism the other day in my theology class that I teach. Is it because that Jesus' baptism specifically?
Yeah.
Because that's
what's that?
Well, there's all kinds of shit happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that marks the beginning of his public life.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, depending on which theological argument you want to make, he is emboldened and strengthened and given the full gifts of the Holy Spirit, such that now, and you can argue, does he know what he is before this or not?
Well,
you can go back and forth on that.
I sort of stand with John saying he did.
Well, I would
know
argue,
it's very fashionable to say that,
and it's
now.
Well, it's hard to say, right? So I'm going to say either way at this point, this marks the beginning of his public life.
Oh, sure.
It's very much a transformative experience for him. The Holy Spirit's descending upon him as a dove. You've got the heavens opening up. You've got everything happening.
In a way, it's very similar to the Transfiguration, except in the Transfiguration, God adds, listen to him.
Well, and I might be opening up a can of worms here, but when Jesus is baptized, it is fairly, I would argue that it's fairly clear that no one else hears those words spoken at that point,
that's interesting.
Save for Christ.
Yeah, I mean,
now the dove thing, that's you see that.
Yeah, it's
and the heavens opening up. You see that, but the words being spoken.
Well, even the heavens opening up, it isn't clear whether.
Well, it's not. It's not. So is everybody seeing that? Or is
John?
Is that just John? Is that just Jesus?
Well,
is it John and Jesus?
Yeah, it's somewhat unclear.
Well, not just. It wouldn't be just John, but it would be.
Yeah.
Is it John and Jesus, or is it just Jesus? Is it everybody?
Yeah,
I would say it's not.
It's unclear on that.
I would say it's not. It's but whereas in the Transfiguration, it's everyone's there. Everyone who is there is seeing this.
Yeah,
of course, it's only
hearing it.
Yeah, and hearing it. But it's only those 3 guys.
Yeah. Well, and then
6 guys, I guess technically.
Elijah and Moses and Jesus.
Right. We can get into that later, but that's a completely different.
Well, the Transfiguration is my very favorite element of Jesus'
and
life.
well, but what a special gift! What a special gift for the 3 apostles that get to witness that. And that's sort of like proof positive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why Peter is there for that.
Well, and he says
because Peter's kind of a wuss.
In his letter, he says, in which we witnessed on the mountain.
Yeah.
John baptized, right?
John the Baptist baptized Jesus, right?
Yeah. Thank you for saying John the Baptist rather than John the Baptizer.
Who says John the Baptizer?
Oh, the NSRV and all this, these trendy folks in the Episcopal Church. Give me a break. I haven't said that nearly enough on this channel lately, guys. Give me a break.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the baptism of Jesus is one of my favorite things to think about because there's so much going on there.
Oh, we have we have our annual parish meeting here on the 25th, and I'm reading that day. It's one service. It's at 9:30 rather than 10:30 or 8. And then it's followed by the meeting, and then, one of these lunch things. And
You're going to be gone for the
1:30?
no, it's at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you though, given all the hoo-ha, may not get out of there at 1:30 or 1:45.
Like a big day for you.
Yeah, and it's going to be full of, well, it could be full of okayness, or it could be full of just nonsense, or sadness and frustration. Because, of course, we'll probably be getting the poop on the various transition nonsenses, which it looks as if we're probably not going to be able to fast track this.
Of course not.
We're gonna have to go through the whole sucky.
Because how
shaft us
else? Well,
process.
because how else would all the administrative folks with the diocese
There you go.
be able to make themselves appear useful, rather than just simply say everybody wants this, so let's do this. Boom.
Yeah.
You've got to go through all these machinations so that you can earn a paycheck and feel like you're doing something. Right?
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I think I'm trying to remember the current phrase is, what are our parish needs for the next year? Well,
prayer,
a regular priest, a
church.
regular rector that we like. How's that? That's what we need.
lessons,
Which is
Bible.
already here.
Oh, and they've got they've got some
Spiritual
they've got
guidance.
some sort of discernment course. Sign up and take this survey and all this. This
the rector business.
Yeah. Well, still one must be steadfast in the breaking of the bread and the prayers, and so as 98% of life is showing up. Well, 90% of life is showing up. So Thomas is checking his phone. He got a message.
One of my hookers is blowing me up, YouTubers. Shit, I hope none of my parents find that. Let's see.
Oh, I shouldn't look. That's bad manners.
It's alright.
Well, I can't read it. It's too small. anyway.
Texting while I'm on the YouTube video is bad manners too. Sorry, YouTubers.
Yes. I might speak about that in another video late. Here, we'll watch Paul pondering here for a while.
There was somebody talking about that somewhere. About dinner parties, and it was like all the guests are always looking at the floor or down at the plate.
Well, the phones. Yeah, they're playing with their phones.
With the phones. There's one lady, she will never have a dinner party, and she won't even allow the food to be served until everybody is taking their phones out of the damn dining room and put them somewhere.
Thomas is apparently typing a message at some bride.
Sorry, YouTubers. My wife's back is messed up.
Well, say hi to Kelly.
I did.
Oh.
Maybe I'll tell her again. Dad says hi, period. There you go.
There's that verbally.
I don't understand what she says hi. I don't understand what the problem is here. Any beer. She wants to know what she's allowed to drink. You can drink any beer but the bomber.
The bombers?
Meaning like one of these big 22.
Oh, those things.
How's this hard? Okay, Oh, she didn't understand when I said anything you want, save the bombers. And she didn't understand that meant anything you want except the bombers.
Oh.
Not sure why you wouldn't understand that, but then so basically I have quite the extensive collection of fermented beverages, YouTubers, and some of them I don't want my wife to drink because I want to partake of them. but sometimes it's hard to communicate what she is and is not allowed to drink because, like, I have these 2 bombers. I paid $12 each for them. I don't want her
Oh,
drinking.
good Lord. Well, you know,
Well, they're limited release.
Well, the beer tax in Ohio, too, is also very high.
Yeah, well, yeah. Understand that that's $3 of that is probably a freaking tax. Thank you, Ohio.
Yes, you know, wine tax.
Oh man, can't put that. Don't put me flipping
the wine tax is the lowest. The liquor tax is the next highest, and then the beer tax is massively higher.
Yes.
Can you believe this? I got my real estate taxes, and the total is $52 less for next year.
Did you do a little dance?
No, that's $52 isn't worth dancing over.
$52 out of like 9,000 something probably isn't worth.
Oh no, it's like 10,917.
Oh, God.
But that's better than like 11,000.
Yeah, that's like 20% of my income.
Yeah.
That's like 25% of my income.
Listen, that's about 20% of mine too.
Wow.
Well, not so much now, but it was a third of mine for many years.
Yeah.
What? Then
the real estate tax, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No, when I was only getting about $30,000 a year. Yeah, that's like well over a third of my income. And then I had to pay, of course, the income tax and the state income taxes on top of it. Yeah, we were getting kind of tight there up till I could, up till I was 59 and a half and could get some of that retirement.
Good heavens. Well, that's all right. I'm going to enter the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, and I'm going to win $5,000 a month for life.
Where are you going? Oh, you were into the can.
Well, I was going to take the lead.
Well, this is a very happy surprise here. Thomas coming up today, and what can I say? It's just a very happy surprise. So I think on that note, while we finish up these watery beers, I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers. Anything to add here, Paul?
No.
All righty. Thomas is attending to some domestic matters in regards to household beer distribution.
Yeah, well, there's some fairly expensive beverages that I don't want.
Now, Thomas is going to have a little bit of some pork here that we've cooked up here a bit, and a little pork with some broth there.
Heck yeah, man.
Very good. Very good.
Little pork broth.
Little pork broth. You can't beat that.
Is this that pork
broth.
shoulder you had?
Yeah, that's that pork shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, I cut its finger on one the other day. Thought it did it on a knife, but I didn't even remember you did it on the bone.
Well, that's vinegar.
Oh, yeah, the bone. Yeah, I cut my finger on the bone while I was, trying to, because I was boiling some stuff with the bone on it.
That's good. There's like a little vinegar kick to that.
Yeah, I put some vinegar in it when I do that.
Mm.
Well, I put vinegar pretty much in anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Hot.
Hi guys.
Yeah, that's a bit.
That's good.
Yeah, it sneaks up in you. The specific heat of the pork is higher than you expected.
That's good.
Thomas is contemplating an Apple Care service thing because the computer I gave him is starting to be somewhat mischievous.
I imagine I'll be spending some time with the Apple Store here.
But it's still under warranty. It's got a 90-day warranty from the repair, so he ought to be able to get some sort of relief about that.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the fence.
Glad you feel better, man. I've been there. I understand. All right, YouTubers.
I'm going to follow you out.
PDB, keep on healing, buddy.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thank you.
He looks particularly good when he's upright.
Well,
Well,
always-
verticality is always a quality to be desired
it's always good
when you're vertical.
sometimes just lucidity is a good thing.
Here, don't hold it.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm going to come out
All
here. Yeah.
Don't hold it for me.
Well, it's one of these. It's like a. My autofocus just decided to have a bit of a spell there. That happens.
Well, Dad, God bless you. Thank you.
Well, God bless you. What a treat. What a treat. What a treat. Say hi to everybody, all and sundry.
Thank you for the delicious pork goodness.
Oh yes, that will be. We will be doing something more with that tonight.
Must get comfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
God,
You gotta adjust
sorry,
your
YouTuber.
gotta adjust your nuts.
There,
Yes.
watch out. Come on, seat warmers.
Do you have seat warmers?
Hell, yeah, I have the all-weather package.
Good Lord, your poor electrical system must be just.
It's a Subaru, baby. It's designed for this
It's
stuff.
straining. It's straining at its stanchions
Not
on that
even
one.
a little bit. Not even a little bit. I tell you, man, these guys at Subaru build them right.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been in a number of Subarus, and they've always seemed like very reasonable cars.
Oh, this thing's a tank, and
Yeah.
it hauls. I love it.
Yeah, I'd far rather be in one of these Subarus than one of these Hondas, and certainly one of these Priuses or some damn ugly thing.
This thing is the seat warmers on this thing have two settings: low and scalding. Like, I don't even know why they call it high. They should just call it emergency. Like, let's start a fire.
Like first degree burn,
Yeah,
second
yeah,
degree
like-
burn,
like-
second degree burn.
Yeah, like, oh, did you want to shed some skin? Here, turn it on high. I mean, I'm not kidding. This thing burned me through my pea coat. I had to,
Did I tell you, when I went to church today, I rolled out of here. I forgot to put on my heavy coat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just went out. I went out just like this, like
It
you see
wasn't
me.
that bad, I guess.
Well,
Well,
it was 20. It was 22, but there was no wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see I'd gotten acclimatized to all this cold, so I didn't notice it till I was walking across the lot in the Walmart, and I thought something's wrong.
Why am I cold?
And then I looked at my arm, and I said, "Where's my coat?
I'm not wearing my coat."
Where's my coat?"
Well, God bless, Dad.
Well, be careful.
I
And
will.
say hi to Kelly and hug Carter and all and sundry.
I will see you soon.
And I'll,
Be seeing
I'll-
you.
when's your confirmation for your confirmation class? Or is that-
February 16th.
Oh, February 16th?
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you the week after February 16th.
Yeah, probably. Probably. God bless.
Well, be careful.
I will.
All righty.
I'll be seeing you.
Be seeing you. The BC and U sign off that we do is due to the fact that there was a hematologist oncologist at Ohio State who one of the chemotherapy drugs that he was using on some of these blood dyscrasias was a drug called BCNU. I can't remember its full name, but basically, if you were on BCNU, it was like we were going to be BCNU, and so we got sort of joking among ourselves as medical students, You know, when somebody clearly wasn't going to make it, you know, we'd be saying, not to the patient, obviously, but to each other out in the hall, be seeing you. So that's why Thomas and I do that. Meanwhile, on the Paul front, God bless him, he Tom Sawyered Thomas into going out to his truck to get 2 packs of cigarettes that were left over, you know. Now, he had stopped smoking here, gosh, upwards of 6 some weeks ago. But he could, you know, I thought he had been kind of sneaking out to have a smoke from time to time. And in fact, at the end of the driveway where he fell, you know, on the day in question, there was this, you know, Camel filter stub right down where he fell. And it was a fresh Camel filter stud. This wasn't like it had been run over or rained on or anything. And I thought, I just wonder. And indeed, he went out on the back porch just now and had a smoke. So, okay. It's hard to stop smoking, there's no question. He does have those patches he could fall back on. And as far as stopping drinking is concerned, you know, he hasn't had but about maybe 2 beers since he finished up his beer after his fall on the 30th of December. And he said there's like 2 beers and 6 ounces of wine. He had the 2 beers today. So, we'll see. All right. Bye-bye, YouTubers. Now, this is truly bye-bye now.